Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to Maverick Baking and welcome back to another delightful,
delectable, delicious, damn stupid
junk food review. Today we are talking about a brand new product to the United Kingdom market that I am actually quite excited about. My cynicism does crack every now and then. We're talking about these brand new Aero Bliss from Nestle. Aero is a classic name in the UK. Typically they are available in a plain chocolate, bubbly chocolate bar, or a kind of mint chocolate, bubbly chocolate bar, chocolate, bubbly. Occasionally we see, something different, like we get an orange flavour for Christmas usually, and sometimes we get a few other kind of novelty products. Sorry, let me just adjust that lighting so that you can see my moustache in its full glory. But Aero have for some reason decided to jump into the more kind of luxurious market, as Maltesers did a little while ago, and they've made this mixed selection of kind of Aero truffle things. So we have these in 3 different varieties. They come in salted caramel, milk chocolate and praline. Fairly safe kind of flavours, but definitely new for Aero. So I'm honestly quite excited for these. The packaging is very pretty, but it is quite small. It says that there are only 16 truffles in here, and this was £3. So that is quite expensive, especially by Aero standards. So I found these in Asda. I think that's the only place they are available in at the moment, but no doubt they will sort of appear in different shops very soon. So we open up the box. Okay, this is actually very pretty. It's a kind of cardboard box, and as you can see, it opens out into this kind of sharing bowl, which I quite like. That is actually really pretty. Even though it's not that full, I'll forgive them because it does look nice. So we're going to try one of each of these flavours, see which is the best. Yeah, let's do it. So let's try the plain milk chocolate first. So this describes itself as, let me put on my M&S voice, velvety, whipped chocolate bubbles with delicate cocoa pieces. That's what we've got. So let's get it open, let's try it. One thing I must say is there is a lot of plastic in here, and I know that nowadays people are very conscious of how much packaging, how much plastic they consume and use. These do contain a lot of plastic in packaging, so that's kind of a downside already. So much like the Malteser truffles that we saw a while ago, we have a sort of papery foil inside and then this plastic wrapper. And honestly, these are quite small. So they're very shiny. Let me just give you a close-up. They've got a nice kind of weird layered thing going on. No obvious branding or anything on the chocolate, but it does have a nice shine to it and sounds like it's been decently tempered. So a typical Aero bar, if you're not from the United Kingdom, is just a chocolate bar with loads of bubbles inside. It's very light, it's very delicious. I'm interested to see how this translates to a different shape. Let's see how it is. Honestly, it tastes very much like the Malteser truffles did. So let me give you a close-up of the inside of this. As you can see, there isn't really any obvious sign of those kind of bubbles it was talking about. It's also not particularly velvety. So there's a kind of thick layer of milk chocolate, and then on the inside we have what tastes a lot like crunchy chocolate biscuit pieces, or kind of crunchy chocolatey malt pieces. When it said cocoa pieces, I had in mind like cocoa nibs, but that's not really what I'm getting from this. So rather than being kind of light, like Aero distinctly is, I actually find these quite dense. They're also very sweet. It's a decent milk chocolate. Okay, so we're talking like 30% minimum cocoa solids, so decent for milk chocolate, but you can certainly taste it's nothing too high quality. You can taste that there's a lot of kind of vegetable oils and stuff in there because it is very soft in the center. It doesn't have a very particularly Aero taste to it, and I think without the bubbles of an Aero bar, if you were to eat this blindfolded, there's nothing distinctly Aero or Nestle about it whatsoever. Anyway, that was just the plain milk chocolate, so maybe I'm kind of getting too heavy into it already. Let's try the other 2 flavours and see what they're like. Let's start with the praline. Okay, so this one comes in a blue wrapper. Again, it is very pretty, but there is a lot of packaging. And also they're making me work for my chocolate, which I don't like. So this one looks exactly the same. As I said, it has a nice kind of shine to it. Quite small. Let's see how it tastes. So we do get a little bit of hazelnut flavour from this one. Just to show you a little bit of a close-up, there are a couple more kind of visible bubbles here. But again, it's just a vaguely soft melting, very sweet milk chocolate filling. It's nothing wow. It's nothing distinctly Aero. The hazelnut flavour is there in this. It has just about the same level of crunch as the plain milk chocolate one did. And you do get a little bit of that kind of more mature or more high quality kind of hazelnut flavour from it. But nothing super distinctive, nothing lingering. It's not like Nutella, it's not like a Kinder Bueno where you get that kind of really distinctive roasted kind of hazelnut flavour. It's there, but again, it's very much masked by the kind of cheap milk chocolate taste. Finally, let's move on to this salted caramel flavour and see what this one is like. I feel like no new chocolate product can come out right now if it doesn't have a salted caramel variant. It's like, it's as regular as plain flavour nowadays. So again, it looks exactly the same on the outside. Let's see how it tastes. Ooh. Okay. Okay, this one is a game changer. Let me just show you the inside. This one has a thinner layer of chocolate on the outside and actually a much better snap. The inside is a different kind of colour. It's much more creamy and pale. And the flavour, vastly different and vastly improved. So again, there is the kind of generic milk chocolate taste, but the inside of this one, in both taste and texture, is genuinely great. And there's little kind of crunchy pieces of caramel that give you that burnt kind of sugar taste. And the whole way through it, for once, a salted caramel product actually has enough salt in it and just enough to kind of make you want to keep eating more of it and to make your mouth kind of aware that something exciting is kind of going on in here. So much better than the other two. Like, so much better. Definite caramel flavour, and not even the usual kind of artificial toffee-ish flavour that you get from some bars, and none of the horrible kind of stringy chewiness that other mass market caramel products can have. That is genuinely something to be excited about. And if Aero don't release a salted caramel bar with that flavour in it, girl, they're missing a trick. Though again, I must say there is nothing distinctly Aero or distinctly Nestle about this truffle either. It doesn't taste of Aero. It just tastes like a half decent salted caramel truffle. I would be very happy to eat the salted caramel ones of these again, but the plain milk chocolate and the praline flavours are both so meh that I'm actually almost offended that this cost me £3. This box is honestly something that could be imitated by a pound shop. It's not great, honestly. I have nothing against Nestle or Aero. I love Aero chocolate. I've always said I prefer it to Wispa, which is the other bubbly chocolate. And mint Aero is a classic. I have loads of recipes on the blog, including that, and I love eating it. But this, as decent as it was and as nice as the packaging is, it's just not quite it. The milk chocolate needs to be improved. I don't know whether it needs to be a bit darker or a bit less sweet, or have more of the kind of characteristic Aero bubbles inside. The praline one, go ballsy with the hazelnut flavour. You know, I know not everyone loves nuts, but people who do tend to love them. So if you put a big, punchy, powerful hazelnut flavour in there, I think it would improve it. But that being said, the salted caramel flavour is banging. Like, would genuinely have that again. And as I said, Aero should definitely capitalise on that flavouring if they still have it anywhere in their manufacturing line. Put that in a bar, sis. It will be amazing. You know, it's definitely not the highest quality, but it is at a more premium price. So that does kind of put me off a bit. It's definitely not bad, but it's not the best I've had, and it's definitely not the best I've had from Aero. So I'm going to give these a 3 out of 5. Interesting developments. If you have tried these or you're an Aero fan, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd like to know kind of what you thought of them or if you would like to try them. If you haven't already, do consider hitting the thumbs up video if you enjoyed this, and consider subscribing if you're new. We're doing junk food reviews, recipes, rants, vlogs, stuff like that all the time on this channel. In the meantime, that's all I have for you guys today, so I will see you for the next one.